Welcome back, trainers. So I'm getting quite a few questions regarding Lucky Friends, and since it's been out for some time now, I think we can go over the basics for the people who are still a little confused on how this is going to work. How often does it occur? How are you going to trigger it? How good are the Pokemon going to be when you do trade? Things like that. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about Lucky Friends in Pokemon Go. Okay, so first things first, how do you even trigger Lucky Friends? Well, you're going to have to be best friends with somebody, as you can see here. Full hearts completely. Not too sure you're going to be able to trigger Lucky Friends the day you become best friends with somebody, so we're going to just rule that out. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so once you have become best friends with somebody, full hearts here, how do you actually trigger this? Well, personally for me, I've only triggered Lucky Friends opening up gifts. Now, there's a little thing going around saying, well, if you open up a gift and skip the animation, is that cutting down the occurrence of possibly making that lucky friendship happen? No, not at all, because I personally skip the animation opening up gifts every single time, and I still get the lucky friendship. Now, I'm not getting them left and right over here or anything. We're going to go over all the ones I have here in just a moment. Total, I've gotten about 7 lucky friends, so that's pretty much it. Now, once you do become best friends with somebody, what are the interactions requirements for you to actually make this happen and trigger? Well, one is going to be battling in a gym with them, simply tagging a gym together and increasing your friendship like that. And remember, there's only going to be one time per day that you're going to be able to make this happen. Your first interaction with them. It's not like you're going to be able to go and gym battle, raid, open up a gift, PvP. All these things are going to double up and give you the more possibilities of actually happening. It's not going to be true. So gym battling, raiding together, including EX raids, that works as well. Doing a PvP battle, opening up gifts, as well as trading Pokemon. All those interactions will give you the possibility of becoming lucky friends with somebody. Now, once this does happen, you will see all those little animations and sparkles inside of them, indicating that you are in fact lucky friends. Now, if you back out all the way out of the screen, it'll prompt you kind of like an experience points deal where you increase your friendship with somebody, and it has the little drop down. It'll have a big bright thing like we've seen in the beginning of the video, indicating that you are lucky friends. Sometimes this can be delayed. Sometimes this will not even show up and you have to back out all the way, or even almost restart your app. I've heard people having to do that to actually see it. Okay, so the game does have bugs, so just take note of that. But for the most part, for me, I think it only happened once where it didn't pop up on the screen. Other than that, it happens every single time and it prompts me. Next question is, how many lucky friends can you have at one time? And personally, this is kind of unknown, but I don't think there is quite a limit. I'm pretty sure. So just take note of that. I've heard people locally getting up to 4 lucky friends in one day. So, I mean, it's very rare to happen. The more best friends you have, the higher chance you have to getting more lucky friends in one day, right? As simple as that. So just know that it's not going to just be one person. So you don't have to worry about whatever specific person you open up a gift and maybe you're going to trigger that or raid with them or etc. etc. You have the possibility of becoming a lucky friend with, I wouldn't say everybody, but quite a few different trainers if you have a lot of best friends. So just take note of that as well. Now, in which your lucky friends will go away. I do not think so at this point. There has been no confirmation as to any sort of lucky friendship disappearing over time. People have even deleted that friend and re-added them just to test it to see if it would stay or go. And the lucky friendship, in fact, stayed. So it seems pretty solid. And I personally think that the lucky friendship will not go away until you make that lucky trade. There is going to be no sort of disappearance of it, right? So you don't have to really worry about that. Maybe after a year or something like that, but we have yet to see lucky friendship be out for that long. So who knows about that? Now, is there going to be a cooldown in which you get a lucky friend, say one day, and then the next day, can you get another lucky friendship with them again? Yes, that has occurred several times. Personally, I know people that has happened to. So just take note of that. I mean, it's going to be very rare to get a back-to-back lucky friendship with the same person simultaneously in 2 days. I mean, if that has personally happened to you, let me know. You have just rolled some really crazy odds right there. But for the most part, you know, there is that possibility but it's not like there's a higher cooldown or a lower cooldown. It's just going to be the same percentage chance of you getting a lucky friend with that same person. Next is going to be how to manage your friends list. Well, everybody's going to be different. Personally, for me, I tend to open up the gifts of people who are best friends that have sent them to me to see if I can just trigger these right away. It's just the way I like to do it. Some days I go hit my, let's see here, friendship, and go through my lower people here and just kind of open up those gifts because I feel like they get neglected at times. And sorry guys, if I haven't been opening up your gifts all the time, better open up his. I need to do some PvP battles with him very soon. But yeah, that's just the way it goes. So yes, if I'm not opening up your gifts, I see you on Twitter, open up my gift. Poke, what's wrong? I got 195 people and I'm not continuously grinding every day like I used to. There's some days where I just hit the grind really hard and I'm trying to, once I collect 10 gifts, send them out to people. When I collect 10 more, rinse and repeat over and over and over again until I've ran through quite a few of them. But that's 195 people I need to send gifts to. That is a lot. All right. So just take note of that. Priority comes to sometimes the best friends with the people who've already sent me a gift. And that's that. I send gifts to best friends as well, a lot, but for the most part, I'm trying to get those gifts out to you guys. But if you're really wanting to make that lucky friendship occur, I would suggest obviously going and opening up your best friend gifts or possibly sending them those as well. And yes, you're going to only have a 20 gift open limit, which I personally think should be raised to like 30 or 40 maybe. I don't know any sort of problems that would cause, honestly, but it would just make things a whole lot better and a lot less hectic if you were to be able to open up more gifts, right? All right, and now let's go over lucky Pokemon and which ones you should do. So the IVs, the flat IVs, the lowest you can get from a lucky trade are going to be 12, 12, 12. All right, so that's still pretty good, technically. I mean, that's still really good. And which Pokemon do you want to go for? Now, keep in mind, having a lucky Pokemon does not mean the candy cost is going to be cut in half, just like the Stardust is. It's going to cost the same amount of candies, just the Stardust discount is going to occur. Now, I personally think going for shinies, I mean, that's, shiny lucky Pokemon. I mean, the Kyogre is obviously a great investment. That's why I went for it. On top of it being lucky as well, shiny, it looks great. Rayquaza is another great option. I do have that lucky up there, but that was not through a lucky friendship. Let me show you if I have one. Here we go. That Kyogre as well as the Rayquaza are the only ones that I have made a lucky trade with. I do have people on standby, a couple here in Anchorage, and a few that are around the world, right? So we'll see when I ever make those trades ever happen and if they expire. So you can obviously also get a 100% IV as well. I mean, between 12 IVs on each stat to 15, 15, 15. This one is going to be like a 15, 12, 12 or 15, 13, 12 or something like that. It does have max in attack. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Simply amazing attack. All right, so with that said, going for legendary Pokemon is great, but the candy cost is going to still be the same, so you're still going to have to make that same investment for rare candies or raiding or whatever. Another good thing to do is going to trade people with a high CP Pokemon that has lower IVs, and if they want it to become lucky, like something very useful like this Rampardos, for instance. If it was, I caught it at a great CP, and they had a mirror trade as well around the same CP. If not, then we'll make do and we'll sacrifice the higher CP and just help them out and just do that trade. But that's going to be something you want to do because the IVs are going to, like we said, be flat at 12, the lowest they can go, up to 15, 15, 15. So something that's going to be useful personally. It's really up to the person trading. People have different priorities and things that they want to trade, maybe even baby Pokemon, low CP, things like that. But personally for me, I think you should go for things that are going to be quite useful. All of these here are basically from random lucky occurrences. None of them are from lucky, friendships. So that's just a little suggestion there. The candy cost is not going to be cut down, so keep that in mind. You're still gonna have to make that investment. Like a Rampardos, that's an amazing one to have. But say we do have a rock event, then you will be able to catch a bunch of Cranidos and then you'll have the candies ready to go to invest in that lucky Rampardos, right? Or you could possibly go for a Community Day Pokemon now or in the future. So we are going to have Torchic coming up. So maybe you want to start trading those, right? Or whatever the next one's going to be, or future starter Pokemon, right? Like even for Empoleon here, you don't want to trade an Empoleon before the Community Day happens. You want the pre-evolutions, right? Because you're not going to be able to get that Community Day move. If you did that, it's going to be a complete waste. Although this one was nice, was when it first came out, completely max it out. You know how I do it over here. When we get these new starters, we power them up, we go test them out, we have fun with them. But yeah, just a little suggestion, don't trade the fully evolved forms for lucky if you're trying to go for that Community Day in the future, right? And with that said, yeah, I mean, looking pretty nice. I have a very nice roster here, a lot of lucky Yanmegas as well, have a couple of the Alolan Raichus, and a whole lot of the Metagross Luckies. Man, we were left and right that day with the Luckies. It was absolutely insane. All right, trainers, so I hope that helped you out here. And one more thing before we go. Does it make a difference the higher a friend is on your list? Say your top friend. This is Scarlet Witch here, very tippy top. Is the chance of a lucky friendship going to increase because of that? Absolutely not, because we have an interaction every single day. We do it different ways, sometimes PvP, sometimes raid. Most of the times it's going to be opening up gifts, and we have yet to get lucky friends. Okay, so just take note of that. And there is going to be no sort of like limit, I'm pretty sure at this point, as far as getting a whole bunch in a day. It just determines on how many best friends you're actually going to have on your list to actually make it occur. Okay, personally for me, I've only gotten one in a day. Not every day either. Sometimes I go several days without even getting a lucky friend. I've gotten, let's back out here. So we have one, or let's count the two before. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think, yeah, 8. The Prodigus is, he wasn't the last one, but he is one. Excited about this one. Ooh, we're going to do that at GoFest. Pretty cool. So there you go, trainers. Hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you out a little bit regarding lucky friends. I know a lot of you already knew about a lot of this stuff already, but the question keeps coming up in the comments as well as people asking me, and just wanted to clear up the air completely here. Since we've had lucky friends for some time now, we know a lot more about it, but still not completely everything regarding like the percentage chance of the lucky friendship even occurring. Okay, but if I had to take a guess, I'd say like 10%, maybe I don't know, just throwing a shot in the dark there. Anyways, trainers, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.